All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is December 3rd. Wow. In December, we had a day of trading. So far, it was a pretty good one. Pretty, a lot to do across the board. A lot of sequences continuing. Some things pausing. Some things, you know, making higher highs. Not doesn't always happen. We're just continuing to try and stack some profits and some wins. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. I hope everyone, again, if you missed yesterday, had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everyone's following their process, their routine, and massaging their positions and moving forward here. There's been a lot to do. If you don't get caught up, now's the time of year where it's December, and sometimes it's, the winners continue to win because conceptually, who the hell wants to sell winners right now and pay taxes in the first quarter of next year? So typically, sometimes you get these strong stocks that continue to trend. And then, sometimes some profit takers come in January. So between now and then, there are definitely some good things going on. And I've been telling you guys to start focusing a little bit more on the Mag 7 again. They're not all created equal, but they're starting to, get very interesting. If you look here at the chart of the S&P, still kind of just moving along, hit another high of 604.32. Wow. We're above the 8-day. I tell you, when we're above the 8-day, we try and be in a portfolio approach. We try and have multiple positions, and that's what we've been doing. And you try and figure out where the action is, where are the price patterns, where are the setups. This weekend, a lot of people were talking about the Qs and how good the Qs looked, and rightly so. Remember, yesterday I drew this wedgie, and the wedgie on the breaking a little bit to the upside, right to the highs of the year, not extended, definitely a lot of room there. We've been focusing on Apple the last few weeks. Every time I've been in here, I've been buying options higher. And yesterday, Apple made a nice move. Apple broke above this 237, went to 240.79. What a nice move. What a nice trend. This was one battleground. When I go over battlegrounds with you, that's basically the active area where the Bulls and the Bears have a fight to figure out what the next direction is. And it did push above 230. It held above 230, and boom, 240.79, 10 points in Apple. Huge company, not a meme name. A great, great, great situation. Chase is happy. He bought that in his Robinhood account back in 2020. But anyway, 240.79, really nice move. Might need a day off or so. Remember, I was telling you guys, I said I would bring them in. I think this is going to be one of the hottest products of the holiday season. These are the Meta glasses. They look like regular Ray-Ban glasses, but they're so cool. I could listen to music right here. I could be like watching a basketball game, Chase playing, or on the lacrosse field, and I could be listening to my favorite music and nobody knows. I could take video, watch a little doc, go, hey, Meta, video, please. And then you see the little dot come up. Right now, I'm videoing myself. So remember when I was at the Trump rally and I was videoing the Secret Service? He had no idea. And then you could take pictures. So I saw an interview with Zuck, who basically said that not that phones are going to be replaced, but the way we all I guess do computing moving forward, the same way we all have desktops, but we do a lot of our emails, a lot of our stuff on our phones. The smart glasses are going to be something big. It's like the next computing type of scenario. The Google Glass is lost because those guys look like space cadets. I'm sure there'll be different versions of this. And anyway, I like them, and I think that, again, they're like $300. Those cost me $350, and I have a prescription. So for $500, pretty damn cool. Anyway, I did talk to you guys about Meta, and Meta, the stock itself, has been a leader all year and really has been going sideways now for ever since almost September, October. It just woke up, took back the moving averages, had some power. I don't know if it's going to be today, but it does seem like it's going to take out 603 at some point before the end of the year. And then if you go 550 to 602, we're looking at Meta at 650. So I think this is something I bought some. I'm going to massage it and continue to stay with it. I've been at it. I haven't really done anything with Meta in the past few weeks. I've been really focused on Apple. I've been focused on Tesla. I've been trading Bitcoin. We were with so many different names. So every now and then, different things pop up. And this went from the B list back to the A list, where maybe it needs an inside day, but then maybe it takes us out soon enough. I know my buddies at Trend Spider, which I'm going to be doing a lot of work with soon. This is the way they put Meta, like a nice little bull flag on the weekly chart. So the weekly chart's really strong also. So put that all together and you should have some meta exposure. Just saying. Just saying. You could do what you want. I also put it on as a power play, which is a service where I basically tell you what to do, give you parameters, and people who've had the power plays subscription, I think they're doing really well. We still have a lot going. Some guys like to be on the alpha team and be involved, and they trade for a living. Some, Redler All Access, where they get my note, they have a private Twitter, and they have to figure it out and see what I'm doing. And then some people just like Red Dog, I don't even want to, I don't want to use my brain. You just tell me what to do, where to put my stops, and where I can go, and help me use the tier system. But anyway, I think Meta looks good. It might not be this week, it might be next week, but ultimately, I would think that it's going to be a hot product. And even though I don't know if it moves the needle, but it'll create a little bit of a good sentiment around it. Now, as far as Tesla's concerned, some people like Red Dog, I can't believe they didn't approve Musk's compensation package, and it's down because of that. He's not leaving Tesla because the compensation package wasn't approved. The guy has so much money. Like, did you see what SpaceX was just valued at? So chances are, with it not being approved, then there's not a lot of stock for him to sell. So there's less resistance, less supply. So I do think that that hopefully we watch this pivot. If it goes a little bit below and reclaims it, we could add. If it holds it and goes sideways and goes green, I think there'll be money there. I think ultimately it breaks above this 360 area and continues to the upside. But at this point, people don't know what to do with that news. And to me, I'm just, I'm not reading so into it. But, if the package wasn't approved, that means he has less shares that he's going to need to sell at some particular point. So why is it down because of that? Anyway, we'll see what happens. 351's a spot. Does it hold 351? Does it break below it and reclaim it, give us a new point of reference to add to? But ultimately, this is a really strong pattern, and it could be an opportunity today. We'll see. As far as crypto is concerned, IBIT is in an upper channel. You had a move to 56.86, a move lower where we're buying a dip, trim some, and now we're smack in the middle of this range. Does it hold here? If IBIT was to hold this spot and go sideways and turn up, chances are the road to 100,000 in Bitcoin is a lot faster than if it broke this and wanted to explore this area where this 51.54 is your new point of reference. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, Bitcoin is it's at 54, and some of the miners got a little loose and wide. So I don't know, if that's a signal or an indicator that Bitcoin's going to follow. But a lot of the guys that I follow on the institutional level are saying that we're going to get this one more move into the end of the year, probably between now and before the new year, that could go through 100,000 and take us to 115. If that's the case, into this dip, what you want to do is, I'm going to look into it. I might buy some $57 calls, which is basically buying, Bitcoin 99,000 calls. And then if it goes through 100 and has a quick move to 105 or 110, there's a lot of money there. If it doesn't, hey, options risk is premium paid. Or I'm just going to continue to trade it. I've been long IBIT since here. Remember the picture of the turkey running to the turkey trot, and I said it would go to 85,000. Was at 62? Well, it went to 99,000. I was wrong. It went higher. And now, I like to do some cute things. So, I kind of, everyone's like, Red Dog, why are you like a meme guy? I'm like, I'm not a meme guy. I'm just having some fun here, guys. Because I came up with this little thing. By the way, these are all the charts that go on Redler Premium. They don't go on the public as much. I don't even know if I put that one. Yeah, I didn't actually put that in. I usually don't put like, stuff in there. This is my rising grind every morning. Where was it? Oh, by the way, so this was a picture of me, Art Cashin, rest in peace, freaking the man. Mark Haynes, also rest in peace, and then Aaron Burnett, who's at CNN. I used to be on with them a lot. If you Google Scott Redler YouTube, Mark Haynes, Aaron Burnett, I went through the whole financial crisis with these guys. That's where a lot of my experience came from. He was awesome. He was the best cocktail napkin technician. Besides loving his cocktails, where we marinated a lot of ice cubes, he just told it like it is. Was a historian, and just never was over emotional, and was a fixture on the floor. And I'm sorry that this is all kind of faded. I'm going to put a better one up there, but this is that. So I was more wanted to show you this. So this was oh, here it is. So Tommy handed off the baton to Santa. How cool is AI, right? used to have to spend a day on a Mac and go, and like readjust it and do it. Here, you just talk into AI and say, hey, show me a turkey and a Jack Santa Claus running a Bitcoin race. 3 seconds later instead of 3 hours. Embrace technology. I'm trying to, at least a little bit. But anyway, this is the private. Got to be, private. Anyway, there's a lot of little portions of the red dog that I give out there. Here's everyone chatting it up a little bit. These are people on YouTube, I think, and Twitter. They get to talk to me. What up, Blair? Good morning. Todd says TSM. What you think? I'll take a look. I haven't really traded any semis besides NVIDIA, and I bought a dip pretty well last week on Wednesday, sold them into Friday, and then averaged up a little bit on calls, so we'll see. MDB ahead of earnings? I'm not really that interested. It could work. It's is in the house. We got Tim. Rest in peace, Art. Definitely. Apple cup and handle breakout. True. Probably goes to a lot higher at the end of the year and could be a tailwind. Good morning from Massapequa. I used to wrestle guys from Massapequa. Anyway, so if you want to interact, you can go to YouTube or Twitter. This is where people watch me live. Or you could, if you're not up so early, you go 8 o'clock watching on demand. You just wait till next year when I come out with the 4:30 Club. Red Dog Mindset. Coming to a computer phone near you from the box. Anyway, so we'll see if 53.75 holds on IBIT and turns up. If it doesn't, there is a lot of room over here, so just be a little careful buying too quickly. If you remember Mr., I feel like they're selling every rally now, which has been fine. If you remember, we caught this trend pretty nicely. It was a power play. Guys made good money. And then I had the reversal top. When everyone was shorting here and in pain, I'm like, guys, this is the day. Remember, we bought SMST and a few of those things. So anyway, and then down here, I was selling puts last week with you guys and made good money. Well, got to see what happens here. If this doesn't hold this 372 or 374-ish area, then you have the 21-day again, and you have 339. So all of a sudden, this thing has come off, almost 200 points. What's Mr. doing today? Well, here's IBIT down 50 cents, and Mr. is down 440. So if this were to break 372, 373, here's your, 348-ish. If it were to get down here, I'll probably sell some more puts into the 280 area because that's what's been working. When it's getting beat up, you sell puts below. They jack up the volatility, and you don't mind owning it there. It's a good way to do it and not worried about the excessive movement. Anyway, there was some news out there on Coin, which I thought was kind of interesting. Coin hasn't done a whole lot. Coin had to move above this whole area, and it's been consolidating here. News that they're doing something with Apple, converting fiat money to crypto. Could be a lot of a lot of transactions. But anyway, we'll see. At this point, you have a big wedge here. A lot of things are wedging. Wedge is a pattern of indecision, so don't be stubborn. And usually you want to jump on whichever way the wedge resolves. So if this were to break this area, it could resolve lower, or all of a sudden this is enough to give us a clean breakout. Just know that wedges are a pattern. That's what's going on right here with IBIT. You had a huge move. It's creating a wedge where you had the top, the bottom, lower, high. Maybe we get a higher low right here. That would be cool. Come into here and then go back into there. And then all of a sudden, I could, with my naked eyes, as I've been doing this for 30 years, perhaps it develops a wedge, and then we got to see which way the wedge resolves. But ultimately, this is one spot, and here is another spot. Same way like this went to the highs and stopped right in front of it. Well, here's your low from last week. Maybe it'll stop above it. So again, I map out all these areas, and I'm thinking about it when I'm in my sauna, when I'm sweating, I'm doing my weights, I'm trying to figure out what to do. If this, then that. If that, then this. That's how you do your pregame. And I'm going to be rolling out my pregame to you guys. Again, we're not going to talk about that now. What's up, Felix? Do you still use the 8 and 21 day? Of course I do. Is the IBIT above the 8 day? Yeah. Is it above the 21 day? Yeah, it's strong. That's why I'm still in it, and I'm trying to buy dips. Hasn't changed. Amazon, I think Amazon's pretty good. You want me to go over Amazon? Amazon, I've been in it again. It was pretty clean. I kind of miss. I got involved during this move and added, and I sold a bunch into that. At this point, I feel like now this gap was filled. They can get this out of the way. Now this has a new gap. This has this. I would think that at some point it makes a new high. I really don't know what that crazy selling was way back when. I really think that this selling was McKenzie just selling a bunch of stock the way Jeff did. And anyway, had a nice move since then. Here's a higher end of this range. So we'll see if it can digest above whatever this low was. This low is 209.51. So let's put that in there. 209.51. I've been doing a good job rolling up options. I never really rolled up options the way I've been doing it. I learned a lot from some of these institutional guys where, like, just say you bought the 205s here, and the 207.50s, because it was going to break 202, you're buying the 205s and 207.50s. It happens, you sell a bunch of them, get down to small, it comes in, and then instead of having the 202.50s and the 205s, you then buy the 210s, so you're still staying with the move, but you're putting less equity, and then all of a sudden it goes to 12.99, and you're selling the 210s, which I did into the strength, and so, and then you're sticking with the trade besides being in the actual name itself. So anyway, there's a lot of ways to learn options. A lot of people are trading them because these things are so high priced. But anyway, it's just I could do lessons and events and things for years and weekends. I used to do it. I don't do it anymore just because. Palantir playbook. I haven't looked at Palantir in a little while. Let's see what Palantir is doing. It's just trending higher. You've done great with this. This is my friend Todd. He was in my fraternity with me. His pledge name was Flanders. Anyway, very smart guy, and he's been in this for a while now. So this was the last gap up. It's trending. It's getting a little sloppy. Just make sure the 8-day holds. If you're in it and you're active, this is one of those stocks that are up huge. So people are not going to want to be selling this thing into year end when they have to pay taxes in January. So it's one of those candidates that can continue to trend up. AMC, I would have thought AMC would have done better. It went as high as what? It went as high as 519. They reported their best Thanksgiving to Sunday revenue in the history, the 105 years history, and the stock is 519. If this were to break below 488, I'll be done with the trade, and that's that. I thought maybe you'd get a little friskier, get a little bit get a big push, and got nothing. Yeah, 485 to 520. That's not an AMC move. An AMC move could 50 cents a dollar, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, it's down a little bit this morning. We'll see if it goes green. If it breaks 488, I'll be done with it, and it was worth a try. I went to see Gladiator 2. I actually liked it, and there were a lot of people watching Wicked and that other Disney movie. But anyway, what's AMC doing this morning? I think it's down 10 cents, down 9 cents. So we'll see if it goes, it's not a focus. I have like 12 positions. It was just something that I thought could happen, time of year, made some sense, and it was for peanuts and popcorn. What are my thoughts on Disney? I haven't traded Disney in a while. Ooh, look at that. Big move in Disney. I remember when I was drawing this descending channel, you had a low or higher low. It's had a move, it's reborn. A lot of stocks get reborn. That was, better to do it here at this higher low, big gap up, and it's extended. It's all right. I haven't been there, but ultimately there's been a lot of ways to use, the methodology to stay with it. Where again, here's your descending channel. Boom. This was like a W. You had a W, higher low, broke above here. Kind of held it, and had a big gap up and still above the 8-day. If you're in it, I would just say, it's pretty extended. I would not be initiating a new position in Disney, but, the 8-day and the 21-day are pretty far away. So just know that it's come a long way, and congratulations if you caught it. There's a lot of things out there. You just got to make your go-to list, massage it, get to know it, use your tier system, have your routine and process, and there's money out there, my dogs. I'll see you later.